So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk you through, like, literally what I do, and you can take whichever pieces you want, all right? So it first starts, for me, it first starts with some sound, right? For you, it could be a movie, it could be some loved one's voice, but it first starts with a sound, right? There's this sound that I hear, and that sound moves me, all right? That sound moves me. So this was a sound that I heard years ago, and there are times in my life where I just stop and I play this sound because it does something for me internally. It moves me. Write that down. The very first thing that needs to happen to you every single day is you need to be moved. You need to be moved, right? So there are a group of people, you know, on the earth that don't reach their goals because they get complacent, right? They're not moved. You got to be moved, all right? So every day I try to find something. I've been married 30 years. I've been with my wife for 34. I try to find something every day that moves me, where it's just not like she's in the house. She's just my wife. I try to be moved. My son, I try to think of something every day that will move me. My daughter, something that will move. The company, like I need something that's gonna move me. So you need to spend the first 30 minutes of a day, an hour if you can, doing things that are going to move you. Write that down. Things that are gonna move you. Listen to me very closely. When I say find something that moves you, what most of you do wrong is you're waiting for something to move you. Instead of creating the thing every day that moves you. And the reason why I say find something that moves you, because what separates humans is our effort. There's some of us, we give 70% to what we do. Some of us 80%, some of us 90%, some of us 100%, some of us 120%. And so when you move and you are moved, it allows you to operate at a whole different level. So I want you to be very intentional and deliberate every single day, at least an hour. But if you have to rush it, 30 minutes where you are moved. Look, I don't know what it is. I'm telling you though, stop waiting for something to move you and move yourself. Like every day, move yourself. So in the morning, move yourself. In the afternoon, move yourself. At night, move yourself. How many of you, honestly, you've gone throughout the day or an entire week where literally you were like, yo, I'm just being real, I wasn't moved. Do me a favor, stop waiting for life to move you and you move you. Like you already know anybody ever watch a movie and it's like, you know when you watch that movie what it does to you? Are you about ready to run through a wall? Okay, well, keep the movie on cue. I'm just being real, keep the movie on cue when you feel down, hit it. Like be very intentional and very deliberate about moving yourself. That's number one. Look, the only difference between you and I is passion. That's it. Most of you are probably more intelligent than me in this room. You are. You're probably more gifted naturally than I am. But what separates us is that I'm moved. And you feel it when you watch my video. You feel it. And after you watch it, you're moved. You're ready to run through a brick wall. I'm able to put you through a brick wall. I'm able to give you energy and strength because I have it and I'm not waiting for nobody to give it to me. I'm intentional and deliberate the first hour of my day of saying, let's go. So many of you are moving and you're moving on 70% or 80. So what happens to you is you're average or you're good, but you're not great or phenomenal. And if you could find whatever your greatness is and be that consistent. Good, so here's what's happening. What's happening is you aren't you regularly. You aren't you. I don't really know what's happening, what's getting in your way, but you're not you. And so what I got to do is I got to get you to a place wherever your greatness is, I need you to stay there. Does that make sense? Like you hate when you're in the States, like you hate when you recruit a player and they can give you 22 and 10 and 5, but then on the day you need them, they're not giving you nothing. You're like, hold up, like I recruited you on what I saw. I need to see this on a regular basis. So I'm not really sure what's distracting you, but I hired you, I married you. Come on, how many of us got in relationships? I mean, that person wowed you. And 4 or 5 years later, you was like, whoa, I'm not getting the same feeling when I'm just being real. You were like, yo, I hooked up with you on some stuff you showed me, like you made me feel a certain way. I don't feel like that today. Does that make sense? Come on, does that make sense? So I'm able to be in a state of marital bliss because I know what moves my wife, and I'm trying to do that on a regular basis. Like I'm trying to recreate that every single day. I'm not on no, I'm gonna do it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Why? Because somebody else might do it the other days. Oh, you're not hearing what I'm saying? I'm not trying to wow my wife on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday so some other dude can come do it on Tuesday and Thursday and the weekends. One off day can switch, it can turn everything around. You've ever watched a match? You ever watched a match before? One point could change the course of history. Just one extra point. And so here's what I want you to do. When you get home, I want you to write down like yo, I flew in here last night. I got 3 hours of sleep. I went upstairs. I said, give me one thing. It starts at 8. I got here like 7:45, 7:50. I said, I just need one thing. I just need to take a shower. Just give me a shower. They're like, but E, you only operating on 3 hours of sleep. You was up like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning because it was your daughter's birthday. Like, go take an hour. I'm saying, I don't need no time. I know what my best is. I'm going to come downstairs and do my best. Like, I already know what it looked like. I already know what it feels like. I've done it before. I see it. Just give me the mic. That's all I need. I don't need no sleep. In my mind, I know what my best work is. In my mind, I know what my best performance is. In my mind, I know the contents. And I've actually spoken here more when we're in the States, because in the States, everybody kind of knows everybody, so I don't have to work as hard. They put me on like, you got to go an hour here, 2 hours here. You got to end it. No sleep. Let's go. Why? I know what my best looks like, and at any time I can produce it. Your problem is you know what your best is, but you can't produce it consistently. You're your biggest problem. So I want you to write down your best day right now. What does that look like? What does it feel like? Like when you at your best, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? When you at your best, write it down. What does that look like? What does it taste? What does it feel like? All right, then I want you to ask, what do you attract when you're there? What do you attract? Most of you are not ready for what you wrote down, what you want. You're not ready. The problem with most of you, listen to me. The first thing is you are moved, but you're not responsible for your move. Everything is external that moves you. Now I want you to start moving yourself internally. I want you to be able to push your buttons and not let anything else push your button. Like, I'm just being real. You hear people say all the time, like, yo, E, bruh, I was feeling it, now I ain't feeling it. That's on you. Like, you control your feelings. Don't nobody else control your feelings. So when you tell me I ain't feeling it no more, it don't got nothing to do with something internal, external. It's something internal that you ain't pushing no more. It wasn't a car or a house that pushed you. You push you. Let me say it one more time. It wasn't the house or the car or the money that pushed you. You pushed you, but you told yourself it was those things. It wasn't those things. Those are inanimate objects. Inanimate objects don't push you or move you. You push you, you move you. So if you're not being moved, that's on you. You're doing something wrong. You're not being able to go inside and push the right buttons. So the first thing is you got to move you every single day. If you get to a point in your day and you down and out, if you get to a point in your day and you exhausted, you get to a point in your day and you're not feeling it, you can stop right there and change the mood. Nothing controls you. No, and if your wife controls you, who gave her the control? You did. So my wife does control me, but I gave her the control. Like, I realized she's a better decision maker than me, so I gave her that. Right, but I gave it to her. At any point I need to take it back, I can take it back. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? You control your feelings.